Can you lay one block? As good as any, said I. And not to boast, but better than most. Then you're the one for this here task, that's all I ask of you. One block, that's all you need to do. One block, said he with a twinkle in his eye, one block at a time.
The Copper Valley School in Tazlina is a potential brownfield site. Brownfields is a site that has perceived contamination. According to our brownfields law, brownfields is defined as real property, the expansion, redevelopment, or reuse of which may be complicated by the potential presence of a hazardous substance, pollutant, or contaminant.
Father John Buchanan was given this area for his parish. He dreamed of having a school here, and he started begging for materials. And all of these materials were gifted. They were all free.
And a lot of it was donations from Department of Defense. You know, there are some perceived contaminants already just by the history. They had a lot of lead-based paint. There were also barrels, and we're not quite sure what's in all of these barrels.
We got some barrels of varnish from the Air Force, some surplus, and it was old. Mm-hmm. And this stuff was so bad you would get drunk from it. It would
smell?
Yes, it really wasn't good. And the EPA today would arrest you for using it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was really toxic. They would bring in coal, and they ran everything through coal on that. They had diesel generators, made their own electricity. So at nighttime, electricity would go off and it was dark. And he kept the coal going and that whatnot. And it heated those water pipes and they went all around in that circle and they go out to each building. Somebody said there was asbestos. I think maybe around the pipes there was some asbestos. I don't know where else there might be.
We are working on having the initial steps of a targeted brownfields assessment done out there. It went through a fire. Anytime you have a burnt down structure, an abandoned structure, it becomes blight, and I'm sure beams and moorings aren't safe and standard in any means. There isn't any controls put in place around the school. There isn't any fencing to keep anybody out, so it's public health hazard. It'll be interesting when the targeted brownfields assessment process starts to see what are the actual contaminants. There's a yearly gathering of the former school alumni that come out there, and it's not really a safe area to gather.
They have the reunion every year, and ever since it's been burned, and I said, why would they come out here? But they just love their staff, they love the teachers, the volunteers come back like we do. It was a real beautiful spirit, you know.
But it created some kind of a family, and here it is 40 years later, and they still come back here every first weekend in August like this. So it became a real kind of a home for many of them.
And the Jesuits and the Sisters of St. Anne had a vocation, and that was to educate this native kids into leadership. And there was no doubt about it. They never equivocated by the fact that, oh, we hope you're leaders. It was, you will be leaders, and this is where you're going to get your base.
I don't think we realized that, you know, in terms of the burning down until we came in '92 and saw the structure, having been here before and saw it being built and everything else like that and stuff like that, and then to realize, you know, coming out, you just see this bent steel, this whole center dome thing, it just kind of caved in and curled up on the edges.
It's like a bomb held it.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, the spirit keeps going.
We realized that here we are among this wreck of a school, but we keep coming back.
This is where you come back for the reunions. You may not make it all the time, but you know, every year you can come back at this time and reconnect.
This place was very much alive at one time, and it, I think, helped so many people.
The school's dead, we're not.
It takes a community wanting to step up and to look at the vision for the future of what they want for that site.
If you're passionate about what actually can be done with the school site or the village area or something like that, vision that.
I'd like to see it restored, and so this is like a learning center.
I just was visioning like a school for not only for cultural but educational, because they're out in the world, you have to have your diploma, you have to have a degree or whatever.
I'd like to see it cleaned up, you know, become something again.
We think what we were given, we've got to start passing on.
The land is here, you know, and it should be used for something. And it would be nice if it was used for something educational and open to, you know, everybody.
Because if we clean it up, why couldn't Copper Valley rise from the ashes?